Hi guys, so I have a lesson to do today on subtracting polynomials, and what I want to do is show you how you can get it to look just like it did when we were adding them. You did a fantastic job with that one, so I will give you a few tips and show you how you can make your subtraction problems look like your addition problems. So what we'll have here is we have my first problem here, and what I would like you to do first is put it back into standard form. So if it's given to you like this, standard form would mean the highest exponent is first. So we'll rearrange them so that they're in order in standard form. So over here we have 3x squared, and we have a plus 4x and a minus 5. So that, now we don't need this. This is gone. We've rearranged that whole problem, and now it's in standard form. Okay, so now we got to do something with that negative sign. This one right here, or subtraction sign, however you want to think about it. So what I would say is you're going to keep the first half of our problem, the beginning of it, doesn't need anything done to it. But the second half of the problem, you want to think about how you would distribute this negative sign to each term that's inside that parentheses next. So you're multiplying this negative, and some of you might want to think about it as a -1. So if it's, you could also have heard it be called adding the opposite. That was something that was a 7th grade thing. So if we do that, if we do -1 times 3x, we end up with -3x squared. And then -1 times 4x, we would get -4x. And -1 times -5 gets us 5. And that's why I wrote adding the opposite. This makes it now we can add them together. So now they look just like your problems last week when you were adding your polynomials. So you could either do it horizontally and group your terms. So you would group your 2x squared and your -3x squared. You could group those. And then your -2x and your -4x would be grouped together. And then your 3 and your 5 would be grouped together. So you would do the same thing you did before, and you have 2x and a -3x get you a -x squared. And then you have -2x and -4x, which gets you a -6x. And 3 plus 5, which gets you 8. If you prefer to do them vertically, you can still do that. Just make sure you're looking at the right ones, right? So you want to look at this row right here, and you have 2x squared minus 2x plus 3. And here you're adding to it -3x squared minus 4x plus 5. We add those together, and we have 8, and we have -6x, and we have -x squared. Okay, so remember, we can't put together unlike terms. If their exponents are different, then they're not like terms, so you can't put those together. So if we look just a little bit further, and we go one more. Woo. It's a little bit longer. I think it's a little more complicated, but only in one different way. So this time I actually wrote it down for you with the everything right in standard form to start with, so we could skip that step. So we would already have that. But we still need to do something so we can do the add the opposite. So this term stays the same. The first one's going to stay. And this is going to be plus, and we're going to do adding the opposite, or multiplying each thing by -1. So if you think about it, -1 times -2x squared makes it an x squared, 2x squared, makes it positive, right? So everything becomes the opposite. A -1 times x squared would get me a -x squared. So that became the opposite. And -1 times -2, that also becomes the opposite. So we're literally adding and then the opposite of everything that's inside. Okay. Now you have your addition problem. So you could group them. You could say you have 4x cubed plus 2x cubed. And then you also have a negative 3x squared over here and a negative x squared there. Whoops, it's a negative x squared, sorry. 6x, there's nothing here with just an x, so it stays by itself. And we have a negative 4 and a 2. Putting it all together, we have 6x cubed, and then we have negative 4x squared. We still have plus 6x by itself, and negative 2. For those of you who liked it vertically, we want to go all the way back to the beginning here and take this one. So let's put this one down for a second. 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 4. And then we're going to take this right here, right? This is a cubed, isn't it? So we had 2x cubed. We had negative x squared. We don't have anything with an x, and we have a plus 2. So we have a gap in there, right? We have 6x cubed. I'm determined to make that squared. Minus 4x squared plus 6x minus 2. So either way works just fine. I did it all the way along. Okay. So once you have changed them, I want them in standard form. That's the easiest way to do it. And then adding the opposite or multiplying everything by that negative sign to distribute it, you should be back to adding like you did with your polynomials before. Let me know if you need another example. I'm happy to record another one, or I can do it with you live. Either way. That's my video for today. Now you got to answer your Google questions and you're all set for today. Thank you.